Here's a story about a chair named Brady. Oh, well, sorta, kinda. Let me explain. Check out my cute new chair. This is a mid-century modern chair from the Christopher Knight collection. It is obviously gray fabric with a walnut exterior, which is beautiful. I love that wood. It is 20 inches wide and 31 inches tall. $135, not for one, but for two chairs, and I am using them in my dining room. So if the name Christopher Knight sounds familiar to you, well, I was ecstatic when I figured out the connection. I'll have more on that in just a minute, but first, let's rewind the clock a little bit and I'll show you how to put this thing together. Here's the box that it comes in. It's about 3 feet long going that way, and then it's about 27 inches tall. I always like to show the size of the boxes because this is what's going to show up on your front porch, and if you're someone like me who needs to maybe run home to get a box off your front porch, it's a big one, so it's definitely visible from the street. But it's not super heavy, so it was easy to kind of slide inside. Ta-da! There they are, nicely packaged. Got some styrofoam in there. Sorry, environment. But everything's nice and snug, so that's really good. Hopefully this thing will not come into, doesn't have too many pieces. I hate that. I mean, they're just chairs, so hopefully this will come together pretty quickly. There are no tutorials online to put this together, so that's why I was like, you know what? I'll do one. This hardware was really secured to the inside of the box with a string and some tape. Really smart packaging. I love that. So kudos to you guys. I've moved all my furniture aside to put this thing together, but you really don't need to do that. It's not too many pieces, so you could do this in a small space. So you can see there's the parts of the chair, there's the seat cushion, there's the back of the chair, all my hardware, and then everything is really labeled with different letters so that when you're reading the instructions you can kind of put it together easily. I really appreciate that because I'm not super handy. It even comes with an Allen key, so I don't have to like tap into my own toolbox. I can probably put this whole thing together right now and not have to pull anything out. Okay, section A, this is section B, pretty easy. They fit right into each other like a little puzzle. There's even a little disclaimer here. This chair panels must be assembled by following the instructions given and stated in the assembly instruction guide. I guess some people go rogue. When this is not adhered to, it would result in the chair being warped and damaged. That would lead to injury during use. We do not want anyone being injured while sitting in my chair. So then we're gonna flip this thing over, and then I think we're gonna start assembling. We're gonna start putting in some of the bolts. This is a pretty nifty idea. They say you can take the seat cushion, this is the front side, this is the back side, and put it on a table. I'm just going to put it on an ottoman because these chairs are not super huge. But you put the seat cushion face side down, and then, so you put what you just did like this on top, and you align the holes, and then you put these little screws into little holes down here, which I will show you. You can see I've dropped the bolts down into each of these holes down there. I'm going to do the same here. And it's pretty easy. I'm doing this with one hand, obviously. They drop down and you screw, screw, screw. Now there is a hole there and there is a fifth one, but it doesn't say in the instructions to do that one, so maybe that's coming up later. But pretty easy assembly on the bottom front. If I were second guessing my skills, I would leave it just like that and make it, a modern thing, but this has been great so far. So we will keep going. So we've put the two pieces together, the base of the legs, we flipped it over and added the cushion, and now we are going to assemble the back rest, which is one of my favorite parts of this chair. This is the back part, and then the nice cushiony part where you rest your back. Super nice. Jesus, and all these shots, my house looks like such a mess. Anyways, I'm doing the little shorty ones for the back right here. I put that one up there, and I've done the other three. And I always, when it's different bolts for one piece. Like I always put them in super loose. And that way everything kind of goes in nice and easy. And then I go back and tighten everything. I'm always worried that I'm missing the hole. But you can see here, everything's pretty well lined up. Now I just need to go in and tighten the 4 bolts up for the back. I did want to note too, there's like a little swoop down here, and then the top part is kind of flat. You might be tempted to have the swoop at the top because this is a chair, but these are nice modern chairs, so actually the nice flat top goes at the part and the swoop goes at the bottom. The quest to find these chairs actually took me a while, I'm ashamed to say. I know that I wanted something with a mid-century modern vibe, so I looked at all the normal places. I looked at West Elm, I looked at Target, I looked at all the big box stores, and nothing really came up that I loved. So I decided to just pop onto Amazon. Well, when I did, these chairs came up from the Christopher Knight Home Collection, and they were perfect. I loved them. And I even joked with myself at the time. I said, oh, Christopher Knight, who is this guy? I love his stuff. The only Christopher Knight I know is Peter Brady from the Brady Bunch. Well, guess what? Same guy. Peter Brady himself is now in the home and decor business. Actually, I'm really unsure if he designed the chairs and designed his collection or if he just kind of lended his name to it. But either way, as a retro nerd, I completely love the fact that my dining room chairs now have a Brady Bunch connection. The chair is flipped back over on the ottoman, and remember I said there was a little missing screw there? Wondering if we were coming back to that later. We indeed are. There's a nice big hefty screw that gets, oh, I thought maybe it would get dropped down in like that again, but it's not. You actually are going to take the Allen wrench and screw this puppy together. This chair has all sorts of, oh, this is going to be hard. Ugh. Oh, Lord. Might have to get out muscles. Oops, you know what? The instructions actually say to not push that all the way in, to leave it a little bit loose. So I will. What I was saying a second ago was that I feel like this is a very structurally safe chair. Like this little place in the middle makes it feel more secure. These are going to go on each end right here, and there's even a piece right here across the front. So it really does feel safe to me and really secure and stable. So this isn't going to be some cheap wobbly chair. Okay, so these 2 things I'm going to attach on the sides. Each of them comes with 4 screws. So I'm going to do that right now. This has admittedly been the trickiest part for me because you can see there are some pre-drilled hole marks for these screws and for this to go in place. But trying to get in there and seeing where those holes are to match that screw, plus these screws go in at an angle, I fully admit it's a little tricky and I'm worried that I'm not doing a very good job. But, you know, I'm in it to win it, so here we go. The other thing that's pretty obvious here is that I said initially you didn't need any other tools, but obviously you need to pull out a screwdriver. The only real advice I can give here is see if you can line up the 2 top ones first, and then hopefully the bottom ones will kind of fall into place. All right, I went back in and tightened that center screw. I also tightened all these again. It actually says do not, when you're initially putting in these screws, don't tighten them fully. That's important because you can actually test the wobbliness before you secure all the screws. I did that. You just pick it up, you just turn it around and kind of like shift it around a little bit. Mine didn't wobble too much. The only thing that I am curious about is I see there's a little bit of a gap here, but I don't know if this is a structure for the seat or if this is just a structure for this part. There's also a little bit of a gap right there between the cushion and the legs. Whatever. I think we'll just flip this baby around. I'm going to call her Dunsies. The other thing I'll point out, and I'll flip this back over, is there are these really nice little plastic things on the foot. Oh, my thing went out of focus. Right there. Which is nice for your floors. I really like that feature. Woo! Ooh, after all is said and done, A+ on the extremely assembly instructions for dummies or people like me. Great guide. These chairs are sold in sets of 2, so I had to buy 2 sets to get 4 chairs to fit around my dining room table. As far as comfort goes, I'm 5'8", 5'8.5" to be exact, and these chairs fit me super comfortably, and I've had these chairs for over a year. Now, it also fits bigger folks. My family is made up of everyone from a 6'4" dude who says these are super comfortable, all the way down to an 11-year-old who says game night and dinners are perfectly comfortable as well. So, on a scale of 1 to 6 Brady kids, 6 being the best, these chairs get a solid 6 with a bonus Alice. That is how much we love these chairs, from the style to the comfort to the durability, let's just say. These are a solid 6 Brady kids. Love them. I forgot to mention that I love the chairs so much that I bought the dining room table too from the Christopher Knight Home Collection. Totally groovy. Now, if you're a Brady Bunch fan like I am, then you've got to stick around on my channel and maybe subscribe, because I have a Brady Bunch coffee cake recipe that I know you are going to absolutely love because it is delicious. Let me know in the comments which Brady Bunch kid was your favorite, and I hopefully will see you in the next video.